All right, welcome back to the drive-through. We're going to be turning angles from degrees to radians. If you forget the rule, you should just use a proportion. Remember that 2 pi radians is equal to 360 degrees. So maybe the question would be, how many radians is 90 degrees? Okay, well, at first, you should just use a proportion. So you say 2 pi is to 360, like x, the amount of radians that we want, is to 90. And now to solve for x, we don't want to multiply by pi. Whenever we can, we want to leave radians in terms of pi. So you just do x is equal to the 90 times 2 pi divided by 360, and indeed you get pi over 2 radians. Okay, so 90 degrees is pi over 2 radians. Okay, what if we wanted to do 135 degrees? Well, you'd say 135 is to x, like 360 is to 2 pi. This will always work, but it's not the shortest way to do it, so we're going to come up with an equation based on this, test model. So x is equal to 135 times 2 pi divided by 360. And just as I believe Yi said, is it indeed what, Yi? 3 pi over 4. Now always make sure you remember what the heck you're doing. Remember, 2 pi is a full circle, okay? So pi is a half circle. So 3/4 of pi is, 3/4 of half of a circle. It's 135 degrees. You just got to make sure your answer makes sense to you. Now let's look at in this one we multiplied by 2 pi and then we divided by 360. In this one, we multiplied by 2 pi, and then we divided by 360. Well, an easier way to do that, instead of multiplying by 2 pi and dividing by 360, we could just multiply by pi and divide by, anyone? 180, okay? So, that's your easy equation for degrees to radians. When you're going from degrees to radians, you take your angle in degrees, you multiply it by pi, and you divide by 180. And then all you got to do from there is simplify your fraction. Boom.